Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's Mike Bowens with you, ready to motivate you through the word of God. We come to unleash the creativity within you. This is how we doing it. We doing it big this morning. We doing it big every day for the rest of our lives. Start looking around, start being creative. Hey, you may cook the best macaroni and cheese that anybody has ever tasted. Why don't you box it up, put it in some little tins or some little cartons and start selling it? Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again, live and direct. I want to come to you with another powerful bomb message called anger management. Yeah, we all get angry sometimes. I'm talking about sometimes I used to have a really bad temper at one point in time. I used to fight a lot. You can see my knuckles. You see the scars on the knuckles. At one point, I thought I was Mike Tyson instead of Mike Bowens. I thought I was Mike Tyson fighting out there in the streets, but the environment that I lived in, you had to know how to protect yourself. You're talking about bullying now. When I was growing up, man, if you had a nice jacket or some shoes, I remember my mom got me a Sherlin coat and some Jordans. Woo, fly and fly. But guess what? I had to knuckle up just to keep my jacket and my shoes. If I didn't protect myself in that way, every day I would have got robbed. Give me your lunch money. Give me the loot. That's right. Give me your jacket. Yeah, I'll take that in the middle of winter. Give me them Jordans. Yeah, you're going to walk home barefoot and I don't care about you. So after being in that environment for so long where I had to fight to protect myself, I became aggressive. Anybody say anything to me? What you talking about? You want to fight? And it carried over into my personal life. It carried over into my career at one point in time where people would say something to me. I just walk out. I don't care. I don't need this. In reality, at that time, I did need that. You can't be leaving your job and you don't have no other money, or you in a relationship with somebody. I don't need you. I can get and be with somebody else in a minute. When in reality, you're just mad for the moment, but you're just talking out your face because you feel like you don't have another way to express yourself. But like anything, you can train and develop yourself how to overcome those tendencies and those habits that you may have been raised with, right? So you think that it's just you, but it's not. You are a sum total of the people that you grew up around or who raised you, and you have certain habits. In my household, growing up, everybody had a sharp tongue. Cut you down in a minute. The jokes that was able to kill you and hurt your feelings. Yeah, that's the house that I grew up in. My family members very skillful with the words to hurt people at times, right? But if we wanted to, could also build people up. But that's the type of environment that I grew up in. No excuse, but I had to learn how to change that, right? So being around different people in a work environment, and they say things to upset me, I had to learn how to not be angry and calm down and not be so upset that I would lash out at them like, who you talking to? Like my old self, and just swing on somebody. You can't do that. You're a grown man, Mike. You got a wife, you got kids. You can't be that way. Even with my kids sometimes, it tries to flare up in me. They doing something, you feel like a blood vessel in your head, like had to calm down, pull it down, take a deep breath, Daniel, son. Relax. Even to being married, sometimes your spouse could say something to you, or they could be like, give you a look. You're like, what? Talking to me? I know you're not talking to me like that. But that's the old me, and the new me has to develop new habits, new ways of handling stress, new ways of handling circumstances and situations. But there are going to be times where you're going to be tested to come out of character, and you got to think. Step outside yourself if you can for a moment. If you gotta say to yourself, if I blank out and smack him in the face like I really want to, or punch him in the head, or whatever you really want to do, what is this gonna cost me? It may cost you your freedom because you could go to jail. It may cost you your license, driver's license. It may cost you your job license. It may cost you your job. It may cost you your marriage. It may cost you a child. It may cost your health. Because, being upset constantly raises your blood pressure, which raises your stress level, which, clogs it does a lot of things to your body in a negative way. When you're at peace and you're a happy and more joyful person, you're setting yourself up for success, to live a longer life, have less problems. See, stress causes sickness in the body. When you're at peace, disease can't come so easily to you because you're at peace. So that's another thing to think about. So it's how you control yourself, how you control your anger. Because I remember one time I just got married. I've been married 11 years now. I just got married. I had got a job. We was going to buy our first house. And I had to be on a job for a certain amount of months before I could buy the house. My credit score at that time was 721 points. High credit score, you know what I mean? So I'm there and they accuse me of stealing something. I'm like, I didn't steal anything. You got cameras here. Look at the cameras. And the district manager called me into the office and he's cursing at me. Do you understand what the F I'm saying to you? Blah, blah, blah. I said, on the inside, I'm bubbling like, man, I didn't steal anything. And he's in the office cursing at me. I need to give him a piece of my mind. But on reality, I needed the job at that moment because, for one, I'm taking care of my family, right? And two, I'm going to buy this house. I can't let this guy ruin the plans that I have. So I had to sit there and swallow and release what I wanted to say to him because it wasn't, for one, it wouldn't have been the right thing to do. Second, it was not the right time. Sometimes you say things at the wrong time that take you out of your destiny. Sometimes you need to zip your mouth and let it pass. You and your spouse, sometimes y'all arguing and you fighting. You just need to just be quiet and let it pass. Some of you still would have been together with the person you truly love, but because you couldn't keep your mouth shut for the moment, or they couldn't keep their mouth shut for the moment, you're no longer together, and somebody regrets that. But you can change that in the future. You can change that by thinking before you respond. Thinking before you respond. So I was thinking to myself during that moment in that room when he was yelling at me and cursing at me, I gotta get this house. I gotta get this house. He said, do you understand what I'm saying to you? I understand. But is there any way, sir, that you cannot curse at me when you're talking to me? Okay, yeah, I won't curse, yeah. But he still kept yelling, but at least he wasn't cursing at me. And I just held my peace, and guess what? 2 months later, after they actually found out that I did not steal anything, I was at the job again. I was able to take my money, and I was able to buy my first house at that time, right? But if I'd have lashed out, I'd have lost out on the opportunity that was presented to me of purchasing my first home. Don't let your anger take you out of the blessing that's right in front of you. Don't let your anger, take you out of a great relationship because you're not able to control your anger. Don't let your anger make you sick when you're supposed to be healthy and well. This is your man Mike Bowens telling you, control your anger and you'll live a blessed life. Until next time, be blessed.